Every year, 20 million people board cruise ships, but there's a hidden risk when you leave the U.S. that may put you and your money at risk.
Local 12's Duane Pohlman discovered your U.S. health insurance disappears when you enter international waters. But as Duane's about to show you, there is a way to protect yourself from becoming the next victim of a cruise crisis.
This cruise ship, the MSC Divina, promised a perfect getaway for Tina Wirtz.
I was really looking forward to it.
So were her 4 sisters and their mom, who just retired.
Probably a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
The girls, to have some fun.
You couldn't beat the price.
We paid $535 roughly for a 7-day, all-inclusive, supposedly cruise.
So on November 4th, the sisters and mom set sail. Soon they were basking in the sun on the ship and on a beach in Jamaica.
The water is so clean and clear, it's beautiful.
Even snorkeling with sea creatures in the Cayman Islands.
I got to kiss a stingray.
But this picture-perfect trip would soon change with a slip on the ship's deck near a pool.
Please remain calm. Please remain calm.
Tina's sister, Toni Rojahegi, took this video after Tina fell.
It was a nightmare. I mean, it was a true nightmare.
Toni is a respiratory therapist. Another sister, who's a nurse, was at Tina's side.
She fell on the wet.
I slipped.
Just like that? Mm-hmm. As you can clearly see in Toni's video, rain had soaked that floor.
This leg went up and this leg went back this way.
The fall fractured Tina's femur. That's the big bone in her leg.
That's the first thing I yelled. I broke my leg. I broke my leg.
Tina was taken to the ship's infirmary as the rest of the family grew increasingly concerned. It was clear, they said, Tina needed surgery, and that couldn't happen on the ship.
So I said to the doctor, what's the plan? We need to get her off the ship.
But the Divina was in the middle of the Caribbean, and a medical evacuation just wasn't an option. Tina was given morphine while she waited more than 12 hours for the ship to arrive in Cozumel, Mexico. Toni called Tina's health insurance company to get ready for those medical bills, but was shocked by what she was told.
We only pay in the United States.
Is that the first time you realized insurance, none of it applied?
Yes, that was the...
Were you stunned?
I was stunned.
How often does this happen?
Well, it happens more often than you think.
CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg says many Americans are stunned to find their health insurance ends at the border.
9 out of 10 times your own medical insurance won't cover you outside the United States.
When the Divina finally docked in Cozumel, Tina was taken to a Mexican hospital. Her family was again stunned.
They leaned over the bed to my sister and they said, we need $4,000. And she said, I don't have $4,000.
Her sister did and handed over her credit card. It paid for Tina's room and these images from a scan that finally brought Tina's fracture into focus.
It was a horrible, horrible femur fracture.
The hospital told Tina she needed surgery, but
I told my sisters that I do not want to have surgery in a Mexico hospital.
the sisters agreed and booked this, a specially equipped plane to fly her to Fort Lauderdale.
Air ambulance, which was over $14,000 just to fly to Florida.
Did you have $14,000 to spend on an air ambulance?
No.
Again, her sister put it on a credit card. The total medical bill for Tina's care on the ship, the Mexican hospital, and that air ambulance topped $20,000.
That's not including the surgery that I had in Fort Lauderdale.
A surgery where a rod and pins were inserted 44 hours after her fall. It was the only item covered by her health insurance.
How much in debt are you in right now?
At least $20,000.
But all that debt, Peter Greenberg tells me, could have been avoided with one special policy with a long name.
It's medical evacuation and repatriation insurance.
It's not travel insurance. Those policies, Greenberg says, usually limit what's covered. Medical evacuation and repatriation insurance covers the cost to stabilize you no matter where you are, then pays to fly you back to a U.S. hospital for treatment. The cost?
It's about $450 a year, not per trip. I carry a card from one of those companies. I recommend everybody does it, whether you're going to Des Moines or Delhi.
Greenberg's tip comes too late for Tina, who's trying to recover both physically and fiscally from a fall that cost so much.
Will you ever cruise again?
I don't think so. I'm kind of scared right now. So I would say no right now.
An amazing story. Tina is trying to recover, but it's going to take a long time. She gets around right now by using a cane, and she's been working, by the way, to pay off all that debt. Can you imagine?
No, I cannot. You got my attention, so I'm going to take my family maybe to Spain. Does my insurance here from work go with me?
In 9 out of 10 cases, it does not.